Hi, welcome to my video 1273. So why is 1273 an important number? If we look up the angel number 1273 shows that there will be new opportunities. Take up these opportunities with confidence and enthusiasm. By sunsigns.org. Interesting. Strong's 1273. The Greek word, I won't try to pronounce it, but it means to spend the night, to pass the whole night. Very spiritually important. And where else have we seen 1273? Right? The famous coronavirus with the 1273 amino acids comprising the famous protein spikes that the virus uses to latch on to human cells. Moderna's mRNA 1273 vaccine takes its name from that, right? 1273, a very important number. And 1273 is an important number for which organization? Well, if we look up the Code of Canon Law, right, for the Vatican, Canon 1273, by virtue of his primacy of governance, the Roman Pontiff is the supreme administrator and steward of all ecclesiastical goods. Just pull it up here for a sec. It's like the first canon, 1273. By virtue of his primacy of governance, the Roman Pontiff is the supreme administrator and steward of all ecclesiastical goods. And we know that ecclesiastical means of or relating to the church, but if we go down and look at this definition, ecclesiastical states, the territory formerly subject to the Pope of Rome as its temporal ruler, also called states of the church. So this definition was on findictionary.com, and pretty profound statement, right? Ecclesiastical states, the territory formerly subject to the Pope of Rome as its temporal ruler, right? The Pope rules an earthly kingdom, right? Not secular or spiritual, but temporal, right? Of the earth. So the Pope of Rome is the ruler, right? Ecclesiastical states, territories in Italy once subject to the Pope as temporal prince as well as ecclesiastically. And who is the Pope? Well, we know the Pope is Pope Francis, the first Jesuit Pope, right? The symbol of the Jesuits. Does this look familiar? What about the papal tiara or the papal crown? Does this look familiar? You see, it's also accompanied by the pallium, right? The mark of authority of the Pope. Or more accurately, the cloak of sin, right? But does this, remind you of this? Or does this, remind you of this? It's all just a coincidence, right? If we go to Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he had power to give life. If we go to the original Greek text, the Greek word is pneuma, right? Breath. And he had power to give breath unto the image of the beast. If we look up image, the Greek word is icon, likeness. And he had power to give breath unto the likeness of the beast, that the likeness of the beast should both speak, right? Breath. That the likeness of the beast should both speak and cause that as many, right? All. And cause all who would not worship the likeness of the beast should be killed. So reading it with discern meaning, life is breath, image is likeness, that as many is all. And he had power to give breath unto the likeness of the beast, that the likeness of the beast should both speak and cause all who would not worship the likeness of the beast should be killed. Right? if I go to this clip on Tomo News about how the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine works.
RNA is short for messenger RNA. Pfizer and BioNTech's SARS-CoV-2 vaccine uses the genetic blueprint for the spike protein that codes the virus, according to information published on Pfizer's website. The spike protein is used to synthesize an mRNA sequence. This is packaged into a lipid nanoparticle carrier. Lipid nanoparticles protect the mRNA from degradation inside the body and facilitate its delivery to the targeted cells. The lipid nanoparticle carrier transfers the mRNA and its copies of genetic instructions to the cytoplasm of a cell, where the ribosomes are found. Once inside the cell, the mRNA instructs the ribosomes to produce the coronavirus's spike protein. By itself, the spike protein is harmless. The spike protein is then displayed on the surface of the cell. This simulates a coronavirus infection.
You know, I don't know about you, but I don't think the word simulate, right, simulates a coronavirus infection adequately describes this process. Because if it takes your cell and makes it grow spikes, I think that's more than simulating something, but rather fundamentally changing the cell itself. But is this, right? Is this referencing this? And he had power to give breath unto the likeness of the beast, that the likeness of the beast should both speak and cause all who would not worship the likeness of the beast should be killed. So is this giving breath to the likeness of the beast? And for the ones that receive it, will it make them speak against those that do not receive it?
Excuse me. On the left over here, we have individuals who are religious fundamentalists, religious fanatics, and this is the expression, RT-PCR, real-time PCR expression of the VMAT2 gene. Over here, we have individuals. So let me complete. So over here, we have individuals who are not particularly fundamentalist, not particularly religious, and you can see there's a much reduced expression of this particular gene, the VMAT2 gene. Another evidence that supports our hypothesis for the development of this approach. What you see
here is by spreading this virus, we're going to eliminate individuals from going on a bomb fest and going into a market, blowing up.
So our hypothesis is that these are fanatical people, that they have overexpression of the VMAT2 gene, and that by vaccinating them against this, we'll eliminate this behavior. So we have some very, very remarkable data in this next slide. Here we have two brain scans. These are fMRIs. These are two different individuals with different levels of expression of VMAT2. On top is an individual who's a religious fanatic, an individual, and we've repeated this numerous times, that has high levels of VMAT2. Now, this individual down here who had low levels of the VMAT2 gene, this individual would self-describe as not particularly religious. In each case, these individuals were read a religious text. This individual lit up the right middle frontal gyrus, shown here, and that's a part of the brain that's associated with theory of mind. It's a part of the brain that has to do with intents and beliefs and desires. In marked contrast, here's an individual who would not particularly self-describe as religious, and when they're read a religious text, what you see is that this part of the brain called the anterior insula lights up. This is a part of the brain that's associated with disgust or displeasure on hearing something.
Are you suggesting I take a CT scan with me when I'm evaluating people to determine whether to put a bullet in their head?
So the data that I'm presenting here supports the concept that we're proposing, and I think that we would not propose to do CT scans or fMRIs on individuals out in the hinterlands of Afghanistan. The virus would immunize against this VMAT2 gene, and that would would have the effect that you see here, which is it's essentially to turn a fanatic into a normal person. And we think that will have major effects in the Middle East.
How would you suggest that this is going to be resolved?
Well, so the present plan and the tests that we've done so far have used respiratory viruses such as flu or rhinoviruses, and we believe that that's a satisfactory way to get the exposure of the largest part of the population. Most of us, of course, have been exposed to both of those viruses, and we're quite confident that this will be a very successful approach.
This is fascinating. What's the name of this proposal?
Yeah, so the name of this project is FunVax, which is the vaccine for religious fundamentalism.
And you have a proposal already?
The proposal has just been submitted, and I think that the data that I have shown you today would support the development of this project, and we think it has great promise.
This video you're watching now, I had originally witnessed this video a few years ago, and the first time I viewed the video, there was no reference to Bill Gates. As well, there was no time or date or identifying numbers on the video, and the original video I saw was a lot clearer. And so, you know, because there's a timestamp here and a date, April 13, 2005, I just did a search of Bill Gates' appearances in 2005, and you know, I didn't come up with anything related to this video, but you know, I did see that Bill Gates visited Columbia Engineering at Columbia University, and you know, I bring this up because you know, from these pictures, it's clear that you know, this is not the same individual in the video. If I go forward a little more, I'll play a
Rhinoviruses. And
see, at this point, you can see the midsection of this individual. This, you know, assuming the date is right, but it's even if it's not, I never remember Bill Gates having this wide of a midsection. And originally, when I saw the video, I didn't associate this person with Bill Gates. But what's interesting is on the search of Bill Gates, 2005, right? Bill Gates, April 2005, you see a lot of articles talking about this particular video, false claim, debunked. No, Bill Gates didn't brief the CIA. You know, Bill Gates' speech, Rig Nation, leaked video, you know, wild hoax, right? And so in my spirit, it strikes me that someone attached the name Bill Gates really to create a conspiracy mentality around the video and to debunk the video. Initially, I remember the video being entitled A Vaccination Against Religion. That is certainly consistent with the video. If we stop at this clip here, you know, it's talking about in the notes, A, a religious brain, B, a non-religious brain, and talking about, you know, the brain activity and how a vaccine could affect different regions of the brain.
Vatican's official English Bible, the Douay-Rheims Bible, Isaiah 14:12, calls Lucifer the prince of devils. Now watch. Rome openly invokes Satan Lucifer, the prince of devils, again on her Easter Vigil, 2018, to blaspheme Jesus Christ as the son of Satan Lucifer.
Flamma seius, Lucifer matutinus inveniat, ille in quam Lucifer qui nescito casum, Christus filius tuus, ille in quam Lucifer qui nescito casum, Christus filius tuus, Christus filius tuus.
Supernis luminaribus misceatur, matutinus inveniat. Ille inquam Lucifer qui nescito casum, Christus filius tuus, qui regressus ab inferis humano generis serenus
So listen to this part of this clip again closely.
And that's a part of the brain that's associated with theory of mind. It's a part of the brain that has to do with intents and beliefs and desires. In contrast, in marked contrast, here's an individual who would not particularly self-describe as religious. And when they're read a religious text, what you see is that this part of the brain called the anterior insula lights up. This is a part of the brain that's associated with disgust or displeasure on hearing something.
Disgust or displeasure at hearing the gospel, the good word, right? Will that make you like them? Right? Will one of the 1,273, spike proteins that they synthesize in a DNA sequence, will that make you, like them? And he had power to give breath unto the image of the beast, the likeness of the beast, that the likeness of the beast should both speak and cause all who would not worship the likeness of the beast should be killed. So I'll end the video where I started, right? Angel number 1273. There will be new opportunities. Take up these opportunities with confidence and enthusiasm, right? The sun signs, right? New opportunities for them. Strong's 1273, to spend the night, to pass the whole night. The Lord and Savior Jesus Christ was the light that came into the darkness, right? You've probably seen this social distancing marker. Stand together by standing apart. Stand together in the dark by standing apart from the light. Stand together spiritually in the dark by standing apart from God, by standing in a trap. That's it for this video. Love, grace, and peace.